Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing some tips and tricks for going to Vegas. I recently went and I had an amazing time. My friends know what I'm talking about. I wanted to share our experience and let you guys know like what we did, how much we spent, where we stayed and all that good stuff, and kind of let you guys know what mistakes that we made to avoid. That way you guys get the most out of your trip there. I'm not from Vegas, so this is all from a like tourist's perspective. So let's get started. First off, know the resort that you're staying at. Know how far it is from everything. So when we went, I went with my friends, my boyfriend. We went for my friend's birthday and we stayed at the Cancun resort by Diamond Resorts or something like that. But it was on the strip. It was on Las Vegas Boulevard, but it would have been a 2-hour walk to the main strip, like where the Caesar's Palace is, where Bellagio is, where the Venetian is, like all that, the center of the strip. It would have been a 2-hour walk from our hotel to the strip. So because of that, we had to Uber there and back, which was around $30 one way and $30 back to the hotel. So just Uber for the 3 days that we stayed there, we probably spent a good, at least I would say, at least $200. I'm not gonna say $3 because I don't know if it was that high, but at least $200 in Uber. So imagine how much you could save if you stayed like on the main strip. And there's a lot of really nice hotels on the main strip that aren't that expensive. I know the Bellagio goes for like $600 a night. I think Caesar's Palace goes for like $200, which isn't that bad at all. Venetian I know is like a cheaper one. Mandalay Bay, I don't know how much, but I don't think it's that expensive. I don't know how much our hotel was like alone, but it was, when I went with my friends, it was 6 of us, and with my boyfriend 6 total, with hotel and flight was $300 a person. So I would say like $150 per like flight, round trip, and hotel, which wasn't that bad. But we could have stayed somewhere closer, probably spent a little more, but been close to everything and saved money on Uber. So that's my one tip, like know where you're staying, because even if it says it's on the strip, like on Las Vegas Boulevard, you don't know how close it is to everything, especially a like low end, not low end, but like a not so well known Las Vegas hotel like the Cancun resort, because I had never heard of it before. And everybody knows about the Caesar's Palace, about Bellagio, about Mandalay Bay, you know? So know where you're staying, know how far it is from everything, and plan accordingly, because I don't think you guys want to be spending that much money on Ubers. You want to be able to walk to everything in a short amount of time. So there's that. Second thing is, from our experience, I'm gonna be blunt. Don't buy drugs off people on the strip. It was so easy to buy coke on the strip. Like literally people were just walking like, oh, you want some coke? You want some coke? Like it was crazy. You know, you don't know what's in that. Like even if you guys do that, you don't know what's in there. You don't know if there's fentanyl or whatever. A lot of people have been dying because that's been found in all these drugs, like coke mainly. So you don't know if it's clean, you know? So I would just say don't risk it, because you really never know. So I would, that is my one main top tip. What else? When we went, we got a limo. We rented a limo. It was $140 for the limo, champagne included, and it picked us up from the airport and dropped us off at the hotel. And then when we came back, to come back home, it picked us up from the hotel and dropped us off at the airport. So round trip was $140. A bottle of champagne at arrival was included. So if you're going with a big group of people, with us it was 6 people, so it was like 30 something a person, like including tip and everything. If you guys want a tip, it was not that bad. It was so worth it. It was so fun to be picked up by a limo. I had never been in a limo before, so it was like a cool first Vegas experience. The company that we used was Presidential Limousines, so if you guys look that up, they have other like bundles or deals and stuff, but the one we got was $140, champagne included, round trip. It was amazing, so I definitely recommend you guys check them out. When we got to the Cancun resorts, it was pretty cool because their room wasn't just like a room. It was like kind of like a mini apartment. It had two bedrooms. It had a kitchen. It had a little dining area with a dining table. It had a living room with a pull-out couch, so it was perfect for the 6 of us. It was a really nice hotel, like really, really, really nice. Nice pool. It had water slides and everything, but it was kind of like not the best experience. I'll probably like make a separate video on that, but blankets were not the cleanest. Their room service was not the best, and it wasn't that close to where we wanted to be. But the nice thing was that it had a kitchen, so we walked across the street to a grocery store called Smith's, which is kind of like a Lucky's or a Safeway, but in Nevada. And we bought all our groceries, and we saved a good amount of money when we went because we just divided the groceries amongst all of us. And yeah, so we were able to cook there. Another tip is, if you want to eat at a really nice restaurant in Vegas, make reservations, because otherwise you will probably have to wait. When we went to eat at Hell's Kitchen, which is a famous restaurant by the famous chef Gordon Ramsay. He has a million restaurants in Vegas, but Hell's Kitchen is a show, if you guys don't know, and I was obsessed with it. My boyfriend was obsessed with it, and I've always wanted to eat there and try their famous beef Wellington and lobster risotto, and it was amazing. But that's what we got. Me and Julio both got that. And the food was amazing. Service was amazing. It is on the pricier side. If you're going with your significant other, expect to spend a budget $250, because for our food was including 2 drinks that were not alcoholic. We got the watermelon drink, which was $9 each. Their drinks, alcoholic drinks, I think were around $18, and a glass of wine was like $22. So make sure you look at the menu, see how much it is for their food. The beef Wellington was like $60, and the lobster risotto appetizer was like $26 or $27. So me and Julio both got a beef Wellington. We shared the appetizer. We both got the watermelon drink. So our bill was like $177, and it didn't include tips. So we tipped like $30. So it was like $210, but you never know if you want to get like dessert or anything. So I would say at least put away $250 if you're gonna go with your significant other. That way you guys have enough for tip and everything. And then at the store, or at the restaurant, they also had a gift shop kind of thing, like merchandise, and I got this cute little Hell's Kitchen shot glass because I have a shot glass collection, so I was able to add that to my collection. And the funniest thing is, if you guys haven't seen that scene where Gordon Ramsay calls a chef an idiot sandwich, I will put the clip right here.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Idiot sandwich what?
An idiot sandwich, Chef Ramsay.
If you guys have not seen that, at the restaurant in the little gift shop area, they had earmuffs that were loaves of bread, or not loaves, but like slices of bread, and they were earmuffs, and they said idiot sandwich on the side, and they were the cutest thing ever. I was so tempted to buy them, but I don't wear earmuffs, so there was no point. But just the fact that they made a product out of that is hilarious. So there was that. At Hell's Kitchen, the executive chef that works there is, I don't know her last name, but her name is Michelle. She was the season 17 winner of Hell's Kitchen, and she became an executive chef there. And it was crazy because, you know, she was on TV, she was like working with Gordon Ramsay, and she was just walking around the restaurant like nothing, like, you know, like a normal person. It was strange. But me and my friend, we both watched Hell's Kitchen, and we were like fangirling, and she wanted to take a picture because that's like her favorite chef. And I wanted to take a picture with Christina, who's the season 10 winner of Hell's Kitchen, and she works at Gordon Ramsay's steakhouse restaurant in the Paris Hotel in Vegas, but we didn't make reservations for there. So I was telling my boyfriend when we were waiting for our table that I wanted to go back to Vegas and eat at the steakhouse. That way I would have a chance to meet Christina, because she's my favorite chef from the show besides Gordon Ramsay. So I was like, oh my god, like I really want to meet her, like please can we come back? And then, like, you know, fast forward, we went to go eat, like sit down and order and all that, and then my friend's boyfriend was like, oh my god, that looks like Christina. And I was like, where? And he's like, no, I'm just kidding, like it's just somebody that looks like her. And then my boyfriend was like in front of me, and I'm like, where? And then I like shove him. I'm like, oh my god, like that's Christina. And I will show you how creepy I was. This is the picture that I took of her, like trying to be slick and like not be seen that I was being a weirdo and a stalker. That is the picture I took. And then moments later, because I didn't want to like go up to her and be like, hey, like can I take a picture with you, like when she's eating, because she was obviously like with friends or family. I didn't want to be rude. So I was like, I was scared because like she was already eating and we hadn't gotten our food yet. So I'm like, oh my god, like she's gonna be done before we even get our food. Like I'm not gonna be able to take a picture. And I'm like, it's fine. Like I was just accepting the fact that I wasn't gonna be able to take a picture with her. But then she got up, me and my friend went after her, and I was so shy. I was like scared, and my friend was like, excuse me, can my friend take a picture with you? And then she was like, yeah, of course. And then I went up to her and I'm like, oh my god, like can I take a picture with you? And then she's like, yeah. And then she was like, what's your name? And I was like, oh, my name's Nicole. And then she was like, hi Nicole, I'm Christina, it's so nice to meet you. I'm like, I know who you are. But this is me with Christina, and oh my god, I was fangirling. Like, what are the chances? We went to eat on a Thursday at like 10:30 was our reservation, so that when we took the picture was probably like around 11:15-ish, like around that time at night. And I was like, what are the chances we come on the same day at the same time at a restaurant she doesn't work at? Like she's just eating there. And I was like, oh my god. Anyways, aside from tips, like that is a mini story time within my Vegas trip, but that was such a big highlight for me. So I hope that you guys meet anybody that you really want to meet in Vegas, because that was amazing. I know Pauly D apparently DJs in Vegas. Just like other famous people. Oh, Chris Angel, I want to meet him so bad. Like he does shows in Vegas. Like you have a chance to meet him. You could meet Michelle if you're like into Hell's Kitchen. You could meet Christina. I know there's Gordon Ramsay has a restaurant and grill, I think, in Vegas. I don't know what hotel though, but I don't know what executive chef works there. But if you guys probably do your research, you could probably find like who works there. But it was just amazing to be able to see somebody like on TV that works with Gordon Ramsay that like you idolize, and you get to meet them. So that was kind of a highlight, and not really a tip, but you know, I wish you guys the best of luck if you go to Vegas and you want to meet somebody out there, because it's an amazing feeling, you know? Okay, another tip is when you go to the casinos, I guess there's like casinos that are better quality in alcohol than others. I know the ones that are good are the Caesar's Palace, the Cosmopolitan, and the Flamingo casinos. If you go to those casinos, or any casino, but those are like the top like alcohol ones that I researched. If you go to the casinos, sit down, you can play, you know, gamble or pretend you're gambling and just sit there. Waitresses will come up to you and they'll ask you what you want to drink. Those drinks are completely free. All you have to do is just tip the waitress when they come back with your drink. And that's literally like what, like $1, $2 tip per drink. And then she'll just keep coming back. And it's free drinks. Like you can It's free drinks. So that's another tip that I don't think a lot of people know about. But yeah, it worked for us. Like, I didn't think it was, I was like, what are the chances, you know? Like, really? Like, are they really free? But yeah, she came up to us and she's like, oh, what do you want to drink? And then I told her, and then she's like, oh, she's like, looks at our IDs to make sure we're like of age. And then she, you know, she came back and then she gave us our drinks. And then I don't think she really expects a tip. But, you know, to be nice, they're free drinks, like, just tip her. So we did that. So that's another, like, kind of cool hack that you guys can, like, have in Vegas. What else? Another tip is, so when you guys go to Vegas, there's a place called Fat Tuesdays, which is, like, blended alcoholic slushies, I guess you could say. There's, like, different types, different flavors, and there's different sizes of containers, I guess, you can get. So I'm pretty sure people know about, like, the giant, I'll put a picture right here, but like the giant tube looking drinks that like people are walking around holding in Vegas. Those have a lot of alcohol in them, so that's why people get those. But yeah, they're not really reusable, you know, unless you just like keep them and bring them empty to Vegas, like, you know, because to get them, the one I got was like $20 and then a refill was like $12, so it wasn't that bad. But I couldn't reuse the big tube thing, like I just had to like throw it away basically. And the one that Julio got, he got the tumbler, like the one where you can drink coffee out of. He got that one. I think it was cheaper. No, I don't know, it might have been the same price. It might have been $20, but it's reusable. Like you can bring it home. It's like a souvenir, use it for coffee, whatever, water, bring it back, and then get it cheaper. Like, I should have done that. Like, I'm kind of dumb for doing that. But anyways, that is another tip. Like, I know that the big tubes have more alcohol and then you get refills, but the little ones, like the tumblers, you can reuse them at home. Like, you don't have to throw it away after your Vegas trip. So that's like a little like eye opener. If you guys want to do that, if you guys want to do the tube one still, go for it. But that's just like something that I noticed, that you'll throw it away after your Vegas trip. Another thing, let's see. When we went, we didn't see any shows. I was upset that we didn't see any shows. But if you guys go, try to see at least one show, because it's pretty cool to be able to see the shows. There's so many different shows. So many. So next time I go, I'm definitely going to see Chris Angel, because he is an amazing magician. You guys should look him up if you don't know who he is, because he is like amazing. I think his thing's Chris Angel Mind Freak, but he's amazing. Another tip is, if you're walking on the strip and somebody says like, oh, like, are you guys trying to go to a nightclub? Like, if you guys are into the nightclub scene, if they're asking like, oh, like, do you guys want to go to a nightclub tonight, blah blah blah, we can get you on a guest list. Just talk to them and see what they say, because usually nightclubs, for women it's free, for guys you usually have to pay, or even some places they do charge for women. So when you're put on a guest list, it's free for like all the people. So when I went to the nightclub, it was the Jewel nightclub at the Aria Hotel, and we got onto some guy's guest list because he like stopped us on the strip like earlier that day, and he got us on the guest list, and we had to pay nothing. Like, it was $0 for all of us, so we got in for free. The only thing is, drinks at the nightclub were expensive. They were like $20 each, so it was like I think it was more. I think it was more because my friend, they both got drinks and it was $49 for both, so it was like $24 for a drink. So just like keep that in mind. Like, if you guys want to pre-game before going to the club, like, that is smart, because I don't think you guys want to pay $24 for a drink at the club. Another tip is, when we went and we're walking the strip, there's so many, like, not performers, but like people that will basically stop you and hound you for money. Like, oh, like, take a picture with me, like, give me a donation, like, I'll take a picture with you and stuff like that. Oh my god, my eye twitched. I don't know if you guys saw that. But there's this really annoying lady that would not leave my friend alone until he gave her more money, and she was like grabbing onto him, like would not let him go, and it was really annoying. So my tip is just to be like careful of those type of people, because they are ruthless. Like, they will not stop until you give them money. This lady, she had already gotten like 20 bucks from us, from my friends, and she was like, oh, give me another 20 and I'll free you. She was like pretending to be a cop, and I was like, $20? Like, what the hell? Like, we're not gonna give you $40 just for nothing, you know? So just be really, really careful, because they will grab you and they will like insist on you paying them. So just like be like, no, I don't have money, like, and just keep walking. So that is another tip, because people like that they will not like stop. Another tip, I guess, like, this is more for people who can speak Spanish, like, or that are bilingual, because when we were walking on the strip, there's some guy that like approached us, and obviously we look Hispanic, and he came up to us and basically told us like that there is this like novela that was like being piloted, and they needed like people to watch it and give their opinion and stuff, and they pay like $35 cash each person. And then my friend straight up was like, is this a scam? Like, are we gonna get robbed? And the guy was like, no, like, you don't even need to put your name on anything. You don't need it, well, I can't talk. You don't need to put your name on anything. You don't need to put any credit card information or anything. Like, it's legit. And he told us it would be 60 minutes, and I was like, okay, like, I'm down, you know? So we went, we sat, and it was like kind of boring, just because like the novela, it was like the first episode of whatever novela was, and we watched it, and it was literally like 60 minutes. It was so long, it felt like forever. And then afterward, it had so many questions, like, oh, like, what characters did you like? What characters do you want to see more of? What were your favorite parts? What were your least favorite parts? Do you think the title of this novela is like an accurate one? Like, stuff like that. It was like, there were so many questions. So we were there for probably a good an hour and a half, but we got our money. Like, we got $35 each cash. Like, it was pretty cool. So that, I don't know what area that was near, but it was like on the strip. And just like make sure that if there's like stuff like that, like promos, like, oh, like, we're piloting this TV show, we need like opinions, we need feedback, like, just make sure like you don't need to put your name on anything, you don't need to put any credit card information, and you just like go there, watch the thing, give your opinion, get your money. Like, just make sure it's like that easy, because it was that easy with us. Like, we made sure that we were not being scammed or anything. I think that is all my tips for now. Last time I went to Vegas before this time, I was 19, so I could not get the full experience. This was like the first time I went that I could drink and enjoy it, and it was so fun. So being able to go in a limo, get picked up from a limo, the hotel was like, okay, I guess, but obviously stay somewhere closer to everything. That way it's like walking distance and you don't have to spend a ton on Uber. And then get your free drink, get your money, $35, like if you see anybody doing promos. I hope you guys liked this video. I don't know what other tips I had mentioned, but I'm blanking. But I hope some of these tips helped you guys out. If you guys like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you guys haven't. I have more videos coming up very soon. I thank the new subscribers for joining our family, because we are slowly growing and it makes me so happy. And I appreciate you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. And I hope you guys enjoy your Vegas trip when you go, and be safe out there, because, you know, it's a crazy world. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.